Hello, everyone. It's Sarah here from Blue Lotus Films. I'm so excited to be with you all today. And this is my live stream that I'm going to talk about all the latest AI social video news. I'm a video marketing coach and video producer, and my goal is to really help you guys out getting an understanding of how the landscape is changing within social media and the latest AI developments. So during this live stream today, I'm going to be sharing some news that I have researched and I've discovered over the past week, and we can have a discussion about that. These are developments within some of the latest social media platforms, as well as some news that I've discovered just related to AI companies. So let me go over, first of all, what I'm going to be sharing, just give you a little overview. So I'm going to be talking about the announcement that Elon Musk made about X and whether or not they're going to be bringing back Vine to the platform. If you've never heard of Vine, that's okay. Vine is kind of old news now. It was 10 years ago. It was a dedicated app for video way before even TikTok became popular. And that app actually didn't end up surviving. So it got integrated into what was formerly known as Twitter. And then after X took over Twitter, then by that time, Vine was long gone. So I'm going to talk about what are the latest developments that Elon Musk is talking about related to Vine. I'm also going to talk about the latest Instagram updates, some new features that have come out this week. I'm going to talk about, let me check my notes here. Have to write it all down so I remember for you all. Oh, yeah. So last week, I had a big discussion about Mark Zuckerberg's announcement related to personal superintelligence. He came out with a manifesto where he talked about his vision for humanity. And I dived really deep into that. You can go back and watch that live stream. But today I want to add a little bit more info. I feel like there's some more info that I can share with you. And this is really important to talk about, being that Mark Zuckerberg is one of the most powerful people in business today. And of course, one of the most powerful CEOs of a major social media company. Okay, and then at the end, I'm happy to answer any questions. If for some reason you're joining on the replay, I welcome that. Please, anytime you're not able to make it live, please come back and watch this replay. And you can always post comments, which I will respond to, and I will be happy to answer any questions. I want this to be a community discussion. That's the whole reason for doing these live streams every Thursday, so we can have a community discussion about what's happening within the world of social media marketing, specifically with video marketing. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is this announcement. Elon Musk said that he is bringing back Vine. Okay, so this is kind of mind-blowing. I think there's been some super fans of Vine that have wanted Vine to come back for many, many years now. And there's a question of like, well, do we need Vine because, TikTok is so popular? And ever since Vine was popular and people were really using Vine, there's just been so many other ways that we are able to use video within social media. And the other part of it is that lots of people have actually left the website formerly known as Twitter. It's hard for me to call it X because I'm old school. I was on Twitter since the beginning. But I actually have not used Twitter, just to be transparent. I've not used X in many years now. But of course, if Elon Musk is making an announcement and it's related to video, I'm really fascinated. My ears are going to perk up and I want to know, what is happening? Should I go back onto X? Should I check it out? I did really love Vine. I thought it was really fun and engaging. They were much shorter videos from what I remember. And at that time, I remember there were a couple other apps. Tell me if you remember these apps. Meerkat, I believe, was one of the names, and Periscope. And Periscope was more for live streaming. But in terms of the actual news here, so he says he is going to bring back Vine, but it's not going to be exactly in the same form that it was before. It's not going to be a standalone app. It's going to be integrated within the X feed. And another big part of this is that he acquired a company back in March called Hotshot, and they do text to video and text to GIF, however you say it, GIF or GIF, I forget. But so he acquired this company, and his goal is to help you make, he says that he wants to help you make creative viral videos fast. Now, being that it's an AI algorithm and it's an AI feature that he wants to really push out with related to video, the big question is, is this going to be useful? Are people actually going to enjoy having this in their feed, right? Because right now, a lot of the social media sites have been overrun with AI content. And I call it AI slop. It's like there's no creativity involved. It's minimal effort, like minimal effort. Anybody can type in a prompt and come up with an AI video. And of course, you can, be really creative with your text prompts and what you're coming up with. But the point is, when it is solely AI created videos that are going to be in this feed, is that something that people are going to enjoy? Would you enjoy that if you are an X user? My fear is that it's really just going to make it so there's really no real human interaction and human creativity within these videos. Is he going to allow us to upload videos to X within this video feed, similar to the way that we upload Instagram Reels, just making our own talking head videos and our own real life authentic videos? Now, that could be interesting. He has really said that he wants, since the beginning, since he acquired X, that he wants to create the everything app. And so is that app going to be competing with YouTube, for example, with YouTube Shorts? And we all know that recently, well, maybe you don't know, but YouTube did recently stamp down and say that they are no longer monetizing purely AI channels. So they call it, repetitive content. There's no human creativity with this content. So we definitely don't want there to be that experience on X, whereas like maybe Elon doesn't care, maybe he's just like, whatever, do whatever you want. He seems, in a sense, from the behavior that he's exhibited and his business decisions in the past, that it's kind of like the Wild West on X. And so maybe that will be the case with this video feed, and it could very well possibly be mostly dominated with AI created videos. So we'll have to see on that. Now, the second big announcement is about Instagram, and I'm sure if you are an Instagram user, you've already seen this roll out. I am not entirely sure. I think it has rolled out in most countries. It has rolled out in the US. Often, they'll just roll out these features a little bit at a time, not worldwide. So if you don't have these features yet, I'm sure they're coming soon. But what they have been starting to roll out in the US is the repost feature. So being able to repost a reel, and this is a feature that's been requested for a long time. And I think it's really, really fascinating. So you can see how many reposts a video has gotten, and you can repost it to your friend network. So rather than sharing a reel to your stories, which I do all the time, I love sharing, what I'm enjoying on Instagram. I share that in my stories. And instead of that, there's actually going to be a dedicated friends tab. So when you go to on the app, you're going to the Reels tab on Instagram, then you can also see your friends feed. And within that friends feed, you'll see, of course, all of the videos that your friends have posted, but then you can also see what they've reposted. So a really great way to potentially extend the reach of your reels. So it is yet to be seen, but this is definitely changing the algorithm, definitely changing the way that people are absorbing videos on Instagram. And it will be very interesting to see if, does this lead to the potential of more views and more engagement for your reels? Because I know, for instance, sharing a reel to a story doesn't lead to engagement for that creator unless the person viewing the story actually clicks on the story to go to the full reel. But in this case, you'll be able to interact right within that Reels tab. So hopefully this will lead to a lot more engagement with people on their Instagram Reels. And by the way, if you're interested, I would love to have you over on my Instagram. So my Instagram handle is Sarah M as in May, Sarah M Fisher. And I'll post that in the comments and in the description as well. I would love to have you over there so we can hang out on Instagram and I can get to know you. Send me a DM. I love hearing from anyone who's watching my YouTube videos. So that is going to be really interesting. Now, the other thing that they have added with Instagram is the friends map. So this is something that's been really popular on Snapchat, and this will be fascinating. I'm personally not a Snapchat user. Let me know if you are. Apparently, this is a super popular feature. But within the friends map, you're going to be able to see the content, the location of where your friends are, as well as the content that they've created at that location. So especially for people who are creating location-based content, right? If you're somebody who goes out and reviews restaurants in your city, or just end up creating content within a certain neighborhood, lots of ways that you can create video content, and it might be location specific. That means people who are looking at that map can discover your content. So again, another way for people to get discovered. So let's talk about this. Let's have a brief discussion. What are your feelings about the Instagram algorithm right now? Are you enjoying your experience on Instagram? I will say, from what I have been hearing, that the Instagram experience, as well as Facebook, I think Facebook for a long time has become a challenging experience for people. And it's starting to be that way on Instagram, because what is happening is they're not seeing their friends' content in the feed. They're not seeing their followers' content. And then when they post a video, when you post a video, it is even harder to get your video to reach your own followers. And Adam Mosseri, CEO of Instagram, has been very transparent about this. He has said that the way the Instagram algorithm works, and I've talked about this in other videos, that it first rolls when you release a reel. Instagram tests it out with a small test group of non-followers. So it goes within the Explore, it goes within the Reels tab, and Instagram will see whether or not those followers are enjoying your content. And the way they measure that is with, viewing past 3 seconds, hitting the like button, commenting on the content, as well as whether or not they're sharing the content. And the shares are a very good indicator that people are loving your content. And so if people aren't doing that, then Instagram is going to limit the reach. So even your own followers will not necessarily see your content. I know right now I'm looking at my own analytics on Instagram, and there's just a small percentage of followers that my content is reaching. And in a small percentage of the followers that it is reaching, a small percentage of them are actually engaging with the content. So I think Instagram is starting to listen, that we need to be able to reach more people. We need to be able to have more opportunities for people to discover our content, and especially our friends. We come to these social media networks because we want to connect with people that we already know and people who already know us. And so it can feel kind of deflating. Speaking from my own experience recently, spending a bunch of time making original content for Instagram, and then it's barely reaching my friends and followers. So this will be really interesting to see if this makes a difference in the algorithm with discoverability and with engagement. Okay. And related to Instagram as well, I mean, I'm sure you've seen, tell me again, I'd love to hear what your experience is. When I was on Instagram this week, I just remember scrolling through, not even for it definitely was less than 5 minutes. And I saw 4 ads. I mean, actually, it had to have been less than a minute, just scrolling through, and 4 ads popping up on my Instagram feed. Why? My people that I'm following, I can't even see their content. And then in the feed, most of the people, other than ads that I'm seeing on Instagram, are big accounts. So, the news stations and some of the big accounts that I follow, of course, those people are showing up right at the top of my feed. But I really have to dig beneath the ads and beneath, some of the larger accounts so that I can see the people that I'm following. Now, a good way you can get around this, and I do this, I think it's a really great way, to make sure you see your favorite people, is adding accounts to your favorites. And that way they show up at the top of your feed. Okay, so that's a way that we can really help each other out, especially as small business owners. Get together with a group of your friends, 5 of your friends, and say, hey, let's add each other to our favorites so we can make sure that we see each other's content, because we're all busy. We're not always necessarily going to be able to scroll through and, remember to go to someone's page to check and see if they posted recently. So adding someone as a favorite is a great way, to make sure that their content shows up at the top of your feed. Okay, now let's see, related to our next piece of news. So that is it for Instagram. I'm just checking my notes here. So related to Meta. So last week I talked about Mark Zuckerberg's manifesto on personal superintelligence and his vision for humanity. Please go check out that previous live stream. And what I shared is how he has this vision for AI proliferating throughout the entire Meta experience. And this includes AI bots that will interact with us in comments, in profiles, in videos, and he wants it to be extremely interactive. And the way that he's described it, we really won't be able to tell if these are bots or if they're real people. And he's completely okay with this experience, this future vision he has for superintelligence throughout all of Meta's platforms. Now, one reason that we know he's serious about this is because, as I shared last week, he has really been poaching the top level engineers from different companies. And he has paid millions, literally millions of dollars to get these people to come on board at Meta. And he also acquired, earlier this year, he acquired an app called Social AI. And Social AI was created by someone, a young guy named Michael Saman. And this app is entirely AI driven. It's AI bot interaction. And what it does, it facilitates bot replies and allows you to interact with these bots in a social way so people can socially engage with them. Now, Mark Zuckerberg saw the potential of this, that, wow, people might be really, really interested in this. And so he acquired this app and he brought on the CEO of Social AI, Michael Saman. Okay, so that shows you how serious he is about this proliferation of bots. I don't know how else to say it. It just seems like, this is going to be pervasive. That's what I'm trying to get across, that this AI bot experience is going to be integrated into every single part of Facebook and Instagram. And so we need to be prepared for that. And what that means for us as people who are looking for connection and how we're developing community, because so many of us these days are relying on online interaction. So how is that going to influence us? And especially, how is it going to influence young people? Is it going to, maybe it will be positive. I'm curious to know, what other people think. I shared my thoughts last week. I think there are some dangers to it, but it certainly could be positive. But I think we just have to keep our eyes wide open and know what's happening. Now, one of the reasons that we know at this moment that Mark Zuckerberg is on the right track is because there are other apps out there that are becoming popular. And one of them I discovered is called Polybuzz. And this is chatting with AI friends. So it's a social media with AI. And it's number 24 in the App Store in the US under the entertainment category. Okay, so wow, you know how hard it is to get in the top 25 in the App Store? It's really, really hard. So that means millions of people are using this app and interacting with these AI bots for a social experience. Let me know if you tried this out. Do you enjoy it? Do you like it? What are some of the pros and cons with it? I personally haven't yet tried it out. I think that it is a little weird. I think that, I don't know. It just seems like, why? Like, we need more human interaction. That's just my opinion about it. But that is the way that these technology companies are moving, especially Meta, in a very big way. Like, no, we welcome the AI bots to come onto our platform. All right. So in terms of other social media apps, so let's contrast that now. Instead of using AI bots, what's interesting, I'm discovering there is another video app that is out there for social media that a lot of people are not talking about. And I did briefly talk about it last week, and it's called Scoops. It's SCOOPZ. So instead of Scoops with an S, it's with a Z. And it's for authentic video storytelling. So actually, wait, I was going to say there's not AI content. There is AI content on there, but it is primarily authentic video content. Now, the reason I say that is because I did notice that within the app, they have something called circles. And these are specific communities that you can join, like if you're interested in sports or you're interested in politics or animals or technology. You can also join a circle that is AI video creation. And I really like that. I like that there's a dedicated place. If people are interested in AI video creation, they can go to that circle. But the content is primarily videos that are very similar to what TikTok was in the beginning. And I think we should keep an eye on this app because currently there are millions of people using it. And I don't know why there isn't a lot of talk about it. It's currently right now number 13 in the US in the free category, in the entertainment category in the US. So that's pretty huge, right? Millions of people using it. I've just started dipping my toes and testing it out. And what I did discover is there's a lot more engagement on this platform. Like I said, the engagement is going down with the algorithm across Instagram, across TikTok. I saw some weird things happen with the algorithm. Let me know if you experienced this as well. During that 24 hours that TikTok was banned in the US, the day that it came back, I posted a video. And ever since the day that TikTok was banned, the engagement and views on my videos have gone down like 100%. 100%. It's like wild. So I think this app called Scoops has a good potential. It's an alternative to TikTok. I posted a video yesterday, and within less than 24 hours, it got 1,000 views. It's like the second post that I've had. I only have 10 followers on Scoops, and 1,000 views and a bunch of likes, and that is great. You know, that the videos are able to reach people. So I will continue to test that out. But you might want to check out this app, especially if you're in the US, because we never know if TikTok is going to be banned. And I think this is a really great alternative. And by the way, they do allow you to import all of your TikTok videos. They make it very easy for you if you just want to import. They also have a monetization on Scoops videos as well. So really, really cool. Okay, so I'm coming to the end. That's the news that I wanted to share with you today. Now, I do want to let you know that next week, I am going to come back with another live stream. Actually, every Thursday, I intend to come back. But I need to know, what is the best time for you? When would a good time be for you to join the live stream? I am thinking about doing this live stream at 12 p.m. Pacific time, and that's a good time for me. I'm on the West Coast in California, but we're going to be celebrating something. All right, so if you watch to the end of the live stream here, I'm just going to tell you, we're going to be celebrating Video Killed the Radio Star, which was the very first video, very near and dear to my heart. If you grew up in the 80s, you know what I'm talking about. It's Video Killed the Radio Star, the very first music video on MTV. And this was basically an anthem for MTV to say, okay, you know, we had a run with all kinds of other media, with radio, with regular television, and now it's time for music television. And it's just a really fun anthem. I created a remix video, a lip sync video for my YouTube channel last year, and that was really fun. You can check out that short on my channel, the remix of Video Killed the Radio Star. I'm probably not going to do another remix this year, although it's so tempting, but I kind of just want to come on this live stream and celebrate that video. And really, it's just an opportunity to talk about, like, where are we right now with the media landscape? You know, this is almost 50 years later after that music video, after the birth of MTV. Where are we right now in the media landscape? Okay, so I hope you will join me. I really would love to celebrate with you the anniversary of Video Killed the Radio Star, as well as just answer any questions you have about video marketing. My goal is just to be able to help you with your video marketing. And that's what all of this news that I'm sharing, just to keep you ahead of the curve so you know what's coming and you can be prepared. But if you have specific questions about video production or video marketing, send me a DM on Instagram. I would love to know specifically what help that you need so that I can help out my community in the best way possible. All right, it was wonderful talking to all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.